You're right there. Thanks for joining me. Tim G5TM, South Coast of England. Amateur radio operator, father, husband, and educator. There you go. Nice of you to join me. I thought I'd do this in one take. I'm not going to mess about tonight. But I thought I'd do a little video on about the channel itself, really, and plans I've got going ahead, and where I want the direction of the channel to go, because I think I'm a bit of a crossroads at the moment. So I thought I'd do a one-take video, rough around the edges, share a few things with you, chew the fat if you like, and let's see what you think. Roll the titles. There you go. Right, well, as ever, by the way, if you stumbled across me for the first time, thanks for jumping on board, and think about clicking subscribe and all that gubbins. Nice to have you on board, by the way, so we can say hello again to each other more regularly. And if you're somebody who's been here before, well, you know what I always say. Thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Got a little plan of what I want to say here. So if I look down occasionally, it's just in my little crib notes, really. And yeah, it's been a tough few weeks, isn't it, for all of us, I think. Work's been mad, and it's put strain on everything, isn't it, really? But hopefully we're coming out of it now in the UK, and things will start getting better soon. And I'm really looking forward to working portable and getting out of the house again and doing a bit of mobile and portable work with the radio. By the way, if you see a shadow behind me, it's not somebody who's not my bodyguard or anything. I've got a bit of a light going on here to try and shine a bit more. Got to sort the lighting out in the shack, really. It's not very conducive to decent filming, but if you can see me, then hopefully you should be able to obviously work out what I'm saying. And there you are. I'm afraid this isn't a broadcasting house. It is a converted garage with the lights to match it. Let's move on. Anyway, what do I want the channel to go? Well, first up, I've committed to not doing any adverts. I'm not going to monetize, not for the foreseeable future anyway. Seeing an awful lot of channels doing that recently, I have to say. Not knocking them, you can do what they want, it's fine. But as a viewer, as well as a maker of these things, I'm not a huge fan of adverts, I have to say. A lot of mid-roll adverts creeping in. I don't know, it just goes against the grain. It's not as if you make enough money out of it anyway. It's a pittance. I just don't see the point of it. It probably helps the algorithm. It probably helps your videos to come up a little bit in the algorithm, so that, you know, they come up in people's recommended videos a bit more. It's a case of you scratch YouTube's back, they scratch yours, sort of thing. But it doesn't float my boat. I think it detracts, for me as a viewer, I'll be honest, it detracts from my enjoyment of the video. Not so much the videos at the start, because that's all right. It's the ones that creep in every 3 or 4 minutes midway through a video. Say, for example, someone's done a 15-20 minute video and you end up watching 3 or 4 sets of ads or something. And the ones at the very end, before the film even finishes, I think, they come in. And I know we can have some control over them as creators, if you like, but they change the rules every so often. I can't be bothered with it. So no, we're not going to go down the monetizing route at all. I want my channel to have a clear identity. I want to be different to some others. I have done a huge cull on my subscriptions, the channels that I subscribe to as a viewer. I had way too many. I've got rid of a load, which weren't adding value to me as a viewer. And no doubt that's happened to me for quite a few people as well. And whilst I was doing the cull, whilst I was saying, well, yeah, I haven't viewed their stuff or his stuff for a while, or her stuff for a while, or his stuff for a while, it keeps coming up on my timeline, on my subscription feed, but I never actually watch any of it. And I found myself thinking a lot of the channels I've got rid of have very similar content to each other, you know. Not going to go into any details about whose channels they are. It seems to be the same sort of thing. Not just the same sort of thing they produce all the time. It's the same sort of thing to each other. How can I put this? not a lot of not very substantial what I'm watching. A lot of it's sort of, let's just chat about something, and yeah, I'll leave it there. So I want my channel to have an identity. The identity I want really is as a bit of an experimenter, antennas. I want to be a channel that promotes portable and mobile operating. I want to be a channel that promotes little events to get people on the air. I don't want to be like a crusader. I'm not going to be the saviour of amateur radio. Don't want that to be the case at all, like some people I think try to be. I just want to be somebody who promotes the hobby in a positive way. Doesn't pretend he knows everything, because my God, I don't. But does things within the limits of my knowledge, which may not be as much as a lot of other people, but I'll do that, you know. And that's where I want to be with it. So with that in mind, I got a few ideas and I'll run them by you as well. Just looking down, by the way, sorry. I'll still do some live streams. I'm not going to do them on 40 or 80 meters because those of you who watched it before will know I've had issues. I've not made a big thing about it. It just takes one butthead to ruin a live stream. Other creators, well-known creators, have had similar issues. Not going to bother on 40 and 80, where some idiot who, bearing in mind the times I've done live streams, I've done them at 2 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, I've done them on a Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, and they've been there straight away to do their thing and, you know, to stop it happening properly, which is up to them, isn't it? But it makes you wonder whether they've got anything else to do, really. Obviously, they... I'm not going to say it. They obviously contribute a lot to the national purse, don't they? Right, so I'm not going to do live streams on 40 and 80. Higher HF bands, yeah, I will. I may not be the DX gun like some are, far from it, but I'll have a go. So if there's openings on 10 and 15 and I'm about, I'll bring that in. If there's openings on 20 meters, which obviously there usually is, I'll bring that in. I may even, because I don't live a million miles away from the house and the internet's pretty decent down by the sea, if I'm operating mobile down there, and I can maybe get hold of some mobile data I can use, I'll use that. So I might try and do that as well, just for a laugh, really. But this business of working some of you, my UK subs, on 40 and 80s, this isn't going to happen because of the actions of probably one person, might be two, I don't know. And I can't be bothered to run the gauntlet of people who just sit there and fester and probably swim in their own, sit in their own juices day in, day out, probably not washing themselves and just keying over people and messing about, you know, waiting for their chance to pounce and get their own little bit of glory. Yeah, you know, I can't be bothered. So 40 and 80 is not going to happen for live streams. The higher HF bands might, and some mobile and portable work might as well. I'd rather do that and have a bit of fun doing that. So let's see. Just looking down again at my notes. Yeah, and the events, you know, 145 Alive we did last year for 2 meters, which I think went quite well. Thanks to the help of so many other guys as well. You know who you are, the other guys who ran the frequencies up in the Midlands and North. Did a fantastic job over in Cambridgeshire as well. You know who you are, boys. Guys who I've known a while, who most of you anyway I know, who helped me do that, helped the event, it's not just me, and who have done a great job and will continue to do so. I'm sure we'll do something again soon with that when all the restrictions have been lifted. Certainly in England, I don't know what they're going to do in Wales and Scotland, God knows, but or Northern Ireland of course, but we'll see what happens. But that's something in the horizon. So hopefully in the spring, early summer, we'll do something like that again. And also I'm thinking of starting a 10 metre net as well, run along the lines of the 145 Alive nets, not the sort of nets where you pass around one person at a time to talk 3 minutes about their tomatoes and their piles. So we're going to do like a proper quick in and out work other people, good pace, fast, enjoyable net, like we've done for 145 Alive. And that's what we're going to do probably on 10 meters. But I'm just kicking the idea around and want to see if there's any sort of interest, and speak more about that near the time maybe. I still look at certain topics that come up now and again. I did a video the other week on going the direct to full syllabus they're thinking of bringing out for the exam. If things like that really interest me, I'll just put my 2 pennies worth in a quick video about it, just to spark some debate and get your opinions, because it's interesting for me to know what you guys think as well. So I'll still bring videos like that out now and again, but what I don't want to do is just bring out videos for the sake of it, like copying other people. Like, someone might do a video on, I don't know, how to adjust the ALC on a Nikon 7300. Well, I got a 7300. I could go through the manual and do a video every 2 minutes on each page of the manual. But what's the point of doing that? So it's only going to be content that's actually going to create value for you, and sometimes hopefully value for you, but value for me as somebody who makes the videos is interesting. And if I find it interesting, I think more people will find it interesting to watch it, rather than me saying, well, on page 4 of the manual, you do this. Oh, yeah, look. You can see I've had a good think about all this. What else have I got here, guys? So I'm looking down, which isn't very professional of me. This isn't my place here. I'll do an end of month live stream, I think, as a catch-up. Just a sort of fireside chat, if you like. Just to catch up with you guys if you want to join me with that. And it'll just be, I'll just gather a few interesting things that I think I've heard or seen or come across throughout the month, and just maybe do a quick 20-30 minute little live stream. I'll make sure I'll give plenty of notice for it. If you want to come in and say hello, that'd be lovely. We'll try and do that. I'll try and do that either towards the very end or the very start of a month, each month. So, we'll do that. Yeah, and also doing that as well, I'll look to promote other YouTube channels, purely on the basis that maybe I've liked a video and I think you might like it too. Having said that, I've probably culled about 80% of the ones I did watch, but I've still got loads that I do. And I'll make sure that I promote anyone purely on the basis of my interest in what they do, not for any other reason. There will not be a mutual back scratching going on. If I think that Fred has done a really good video on something that I really enjoyed watching, either because it was really well made, it was funny, or it was just really interesting with his content, then I'll just tell you about it. I'll say, look, this guy's done a really good video, check it out. So that doesn't happen enough, actually. As makers of YouTube videos, I don't think we do enough of that. So that's something I want to try and do as well. I don't really want to rush out content. I'm trying to probably put out maybe 5 or 6 videos a month on average. I think is probably going to be a reasonable one. And then really it's about antenna projects. So the future project stuff I want to bring out are homebrew vertical half waves for different bands like 20, 17, 15, 10. Building a slim gym for 2 meters, comparing it to the flower pot, the coaxial end-fed dipole I built last year. Do a bit of a shootout maybe as well, that'll be fun. Doing a shootout between the 20 meter ground-mounted quarter wave and a 20 meter half wave. Maybe using Whisper, which I'd like to get hold of, or maybe just use the reverse beacon network just to compare the DX capabilities of the 2 antennas. And maybe building a couple of loops as well, one for 4 meters, one for 6 meters, just to test out sporadic E. Just for fun, really, because we're getting towards sporadic E season. And I'll have a dedicated half wave up for 10 meters, a homebrew one as well. So that season's upon us. Come April, getting into May, June, July especially May and June. I'm going to have a really good time chasing sporadic E on 10 meters. Sorry. Got hiccups there. So hopefully that'll be good fun to do as well. And there'll be a few other projects kicking around. So I'm trying to do videos which will just be me trying stuff out, showing how somebody who's born with 10 left thumbs like me can make things. And if I can do it, you can do it, all right? The antennas at home situation. I've taken down the doublet, the 94-foot doublet. I've become pretty disillusioned with 80 meters. The inter-G propagation at the times I've been going on has been nil. Plenty of Europe coming in, which is lovely, but I wanted to use 80 for inter-G. I haven't got time to sit on the radio all day. I just got to go on when I go on. It doesn't suit me. The prop isn't there. I've taken my doublet down. It's also, I think, at the detriment of the higher bands anyway, because the antenna's bent around the garden. It's not very high. So I'd rather go all in, or more all in, on bands that I think where I can work a little bit of DX and have a bit of fun on. So I'm going to focus a lot this summer on 20, 17, 15 and 10. I'll also have an end-fed half wave up for 40 meters, a monobander, the LC fed one. And that's it. 80's been a massive disappointment on that basis, and also stumbled across one or two numpties on there as well. I'm not going to go into more details about that, but take a look at the call sign that I use, and you can probably guess what the issues have been and how lovely they were to come across. Didn't give their call signs, by the way. Interesting. Brave boys. Right, so that's 80 meters. As I say, focus on 40 through 10. Might get the end fed halfway up at the 49 to 1 as well. But for WPX, which is the big contest coming up at the end of March, probably level with the CQ Worldwide in terms of its participation and the potential for working DX. So I'm going to put up some monobanders up there, I think, or maybe the 49 to 1, I'm not sure. So I'm going to be really looking forward to that. It's the last weekend in March, I think, for WPX. Again, just looking down, sorry. Possibly might get 2 meters up at home as well, but not sure about that. So we'll see. And other things to try, Ham Radio Deluxe, might try having a go at that. SDR console, might have a look at getting SDR console in. And also having a go perhaps at starting to learn a bit of CW as well. Resisting the temptation to use the computer. I'm just learning a bit of CW, but that's time consuming. I don't know, we'll see, because life's busy as it is for all of us, isn't it? And I haven't got the time at the moment, I don't think, to dedicate too much towards it. I've hardly been on the radio the last 2 weeks, but I've taken the antenna down. Obviously there's big winds at the moment in the UK, especially down the south. 50, 60 mile an hour winds. I thought, well, I'm going to take it down. I'm going to take it down now. So there we are. So I don't want to be seen too downhearted. I hope I'm not. But I think the channel's reached a bit of a crossroads, and I need to think very clearly about where I'm going with it. I've enjoyed some of the collaborations I've done with other channels. You probably know who I've been working with now and again. But my main aim has got to be about what I want to do as a channel. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. So stay tuned, guys. I'm really wowing you here, aren't I, with what's coming up. I can tell you're really enthused by it. But it's going to be antenna projects. It's going to be about operating mobile and portable. I can't wait to get out into the car again, get the 891 fired up, and start making some contacts again, especially sat by the beach or up on the hill. Which will be absolutely great fun. I can't wait, especially with the slightly lighter nights now and everything else. Anyway, hope I haven't bored you too much. Thanks for sticking with me. If you're new to the channel, by the way, and I haven't sent you to sleep yet, I think about clicking subscribe so we can do this again. And hopefully the next thing you'll see will be a lot more exciting even, I don't know. And if you've been a regular, and if you're a regular commenter and a regular supporter and well-wisher, I just want to wish you the best. And thank you, and I hope that everyone, in fact, who's watching this, including you, are staying safe. And everybody is okay. So thanks for watching, guys, until the next time. The next video will be the 10 meter vertical. That should be coming out in about 48 hours or so. And as I say, I hope you like that one. Take care now. I hope this one-take video hasn't been too painful to watch. And look after yourselves, 73, from the sunny south coast now. Bye-bye.